Igama lam ndinguNomakhosazana Meth, mayoral candidate yase-OR Tambo District Municipality. I must first talk about the intervention program of ensuring that we bring along our citizenry as the OR Tambo as we deliver services. We've started already to strengthen IGR, starting from the District Mayors Forum and the other IGR structures internally, where we as the district, we coordinate the local municipalities to ensure that as we go to the people, we speak with one voice, we understand what each hand is doing. So the municipalities that we are having, 5 local municipalities, need to speak with one voice on issues of economic development, infrastructure development, more so that we as the district, we are both the Water Services Authority and the Water Services Provider. And the most challenge in our area is service delivery backlog. If you talk of issues of road networks, we talk of issues of housing, electricity, water and sanitation, it's a very serious backlog. In every platform that you get to, because of the history of our region, which is the eastern part of the Eastern Cape, when you get the statistics and situational analysis of the service delivery, it is just right. We've got a very serious challenge in terms of high service delivery backlogs. But we are doing all we can. And we appreciate the work that we are doing with both the provincial government and the national government. So the other important issue is to make sure that we engage the other spheres of government, provincially and nationally, because most of the time there is a gap in terms of the funding model of municipalities, in particular the equitable share, because there is no funds that are put dedicated for those municipalities which has that history of having been excluded in issues of service delivery. Remember, OR Tambo is 93% rural. So in terms of the previous approach on development, it was excluded. So we are having that good relationship starting from the national government, as I said, province, and working with our municipalities, such that we are a beneficiary of many interventions that are coming from other spheres. We are having a KSD presidential intervention, which as I speak, within a term of 4 years, we've already spent more than 5 billion injection on water services infrastructure. We've engaged as the district itself on programs of replacing the pipes which were poor, old asbestos to be steel pipes which are able to give our people sustainable water services. We've built 4 dams in this current term. We've built 27 reservoirs, starting from the command reservoirs to the service reservoirs, to make sure that those standalone schemes that we inherited when this function was devolved to us as a district, we are now migrating from them to have sub-regional schemes and regional schemes to ensure that the service delivery of water is not interrupted. We've provided in the current term close to 300,000 dry sanitation units to the rural people of OR Tambo. We are starting a program of upgrading the sewage system, because almost all our towns, the 9 towns, it is only Mthatha that has a waterborne sewer system. Others were living on septic tanks. So we are upgrading. We've spent this current year close to 1 billion just to make sure that we upgrade the sanitation, building big wastewater treatment works. So the intervention that we'll be doing will be strengthening where we are having a function, will be strengthened to support and coordinate the municipalities in their areas of functionality like your electricity, and we'll be working with other departments in the national and provincial sphere for those functions that are in the other spheres of government. As a district municipality, we've been declared by former President Nelson Mandela, former President Thabo Mbeki, as the poorest of the poor provinces in the country. But the current president, His Excellency Zuma, has walked the talk to make sure that there is a practical identification of key projects. So the injection on infrastructure development is another approach of intervening to ensure that there are jobs that are created. Because we are the beneficiaries of the agri-parks, that 27 districts were identified in the country. We are the beneficiaries of another SEZ, the 3rd one in the province. Because remember, we've got Kucha ITZ, we've got East London, which have been changed now to be called special economic zones. So OR Tambo is going to benefit to that, focusing in particular in agriculture, as you are the place that has got all that one can think of in terms of natural endowment to make sure that we are focusing on agricultural development. Again, we are the ones that are going to be getting the delivery on the highway roads, your N2 road is going to be built in our place. There's a lot of job opportunities that are coming through that intensive work that is done by government. But ourselves, we are also partnering with key higher learning institutions to ensure that the skills base of our young people, in particular in OR Tambo, is the one that can take us to even higher levels. Even just before I delivered the SOTA this year, we signed partnerships with NMMU, WUSU, University of Forte, the NDA, to make sure that that skills gap that is there, so that people don't only depend on being employed yet they don't have skills. Must make sure that we build the prerequisite capabilities. We're working with mining companies because we are a major labor sending area as OR Tambo. So we've partnered with Anglo Gold Ashanti, Motsepe Foundation, Abo Anglo Platinum, to ensure that there is proper intervention that is given, in particular to small and medium businesses. We have since got 38 million to build an enterprise development center working with the Anglo Gold Ashanti Jobs Fund and NUM. And there we are making sure that we are building capacity to the businesses themselves. And we've got a lot of good relationships between our organized business sector, the churches, and working with the traditional leaders. We'll make sure that we focus on using and working our land. And we are all currently now busy with the coordination and the data collection of what is the available land that we may use for agriculture, to ensure that the 10 billion rand every month that is reported by the SZ study to be getting out of Umtata just alone a year, we try to make sure that that thing doesn't happen. We work our land, we become the food basket not only of the province and the country, but of Africa and the world. We are a district that I think is fortunate, because most of the new things, programs of government, they start with us. We are the only district in the country that is directly oversighted by National Treasury in terms of how we must use the public purse. We are the only district that has been in the province earmarked and piloted to be the one that is exercising the separation of powers role model, where you've got the chairpersons of committees being non-executive councillors. And that thing on its own, it strengthens oversight, starting from internally, the council oversighting the executive and administration, and it goes beyond, because we've got committees that don't only receive reports from the executive and the administration. The committees, portfolio committee chairpersons and the entire committee members, they visit projects. On top of the MPAC, we've got petitions committee, we've got other committees that are directly oversighting the departments and the portfolios that we're having in the municipality. And already we're starting to see that closure in terms of the gap. We are able now to report to our people. We even call council meetings that are open for the executive to come and report and answer to the petitions that are sent. So we are confident that working with the Speaker of Council will make sure that we continue to do that. We go to Imbizos, even the IDP, we go word by word to talk to the people, to hear what they want, and we've got a mechanism of, after the end of the year, besides the in-year reporting, of ensuring that what we've achieved in that particular year, it is reported not only in terms of the report of the annual report. We go to our communities, because even the SDPIP itself, we canvass it even before we adopt it, to make sure that that contract between us and the people, they know how much we've got for this particular financial year, what are we planning to do, so that as we report quarterly to them, they must understand this is the work that we said we were going to put in place. And we appreciate that the ANC said, we're not going to only sign the performance agreements between now the mayors and the MMCs. The mayors themselves must sign those performance agreements between the mayor and the MMCs or members of EXCO, to ensure that everybody knows clearly what is expected, so that when we say you must account, you know, and we are always putting our people on board. We even conduct council meetings that are open, where we've got partnership with the local radios. When we are in our council meetings, our people are able to understand and listen to us when we are discussing their issues.